Hello, everyone. Happy October. My name is Jesse. This is The Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. Today is my last couple of songs from Hollow Knight because I will be playing this game later this month, and that'll be up here on Jesse's Wads. Still don't know when I'm doing it, but by the time you see this, maybe we'll have a schedule. But yeah, so Hollow Knight is a soundtrack that I've always liked. As soon as I heard it, it's just has this very classical sound that I really like, and it seems to fit the whole feeling of Halloween. And that's kind of why that's the main reason I'm playing it during Halloween. So I'm excited for this. We're hearing two songs today. One is Soul Sanctum from the channel Millifera, and this one is from, I guess, the upcoming game called Lace, and this is from the channel Christopher Larkin, who's the composer. I thought this was hearsay. I thought this was like a meme or a rumor, but apparently this is actually in development, and it's just, we have a couple of, this says right here, sample. So this song could probably change by the time we actually get to it. That's first, I think, on this channel. But apparently it's actually in development. I had no idea. I thought it was just like just kind of a meme thing. These are requested by Xanudo and Casey. Thank you very much. Let's get into these final songs of Hollow Knight. And let's do it. Soul Sanctum. Definitely setting the atmosphere. My mind goes to like a dark cave immediately. It makes me wonder. I wonder how much variety there is in the stages or like location, or if it's more like Castlevania where it's just like one central thing. And I'm not really asking, it's kind of more rhetorical. Just thinking out loud. Sounds different than what I've heard so far. This one's way more atmospheric and setting the mood. That's the sound I know from Hollow Knight. Oh, I can't wait to experience this game and hear all the songs I have not heard yet, which is like all of them. From atmosphere to like destruction. I'll hold my thought till later. Ooh. That horn section. Can you imagine a Hollow Knight live concert? It almost seems like it's intended to be, damn, to be heard that way. Dude, what a difference the song has gone through. That was nice. Very, oh man, see what I mean by like the whole like imagine a live experience of that? That would have been where everyone's just like standing ovation. Just that was a perfect ending, live ending too. Okay. So the first, let's just call it the first half of that song, or third, was a little new to me. It sounded very electronic with a hint of organ kind of creeping up in there. But I haven't heard, well, I think I've heard a little bit. But for me, when I think Hollow Knight, my brain immediately goes to orchestral strings and horns and mostly violin and like really hard hitting violin. And a lot of emphasis on different speed and attack on the strings. I haven't heard much, if I have, I don't know, but I haven't heard much of the electronic side, synthesizer side, you know. This soundtrack is still mostly foreign to me. You know, for those that don't know, the games I decide to play, 9 times out of 10, it's because of their soundtrack. And this is also one of them. And it also helps that it's the Halloween season. I've actually owned this game for over a year now. I've been wanting to play it for a while. It's just, I'm very busy. So I finally installed it right before this video. But okay, so it gave me this, you know, something's brewing, but it also felt, I didn't get the feeling something was brewing at first. It felt very atmospheric and maybe just ambiance. And I was like, okay, that's kind of new to me. And at first I thought, okay, you know, every game has their ambient tracks, and that's kind of needed for the world as well, for world building. But then it started to creep up, and then more of the familiar sound that I know. And then that made me think of what I was going to say earlier, and I wonder if this game has like a dynamic soundtrack. I don't know much about this game. I've seen a little bit of footage from it, and I know it's a side-scroller, and there's some platforming. I've heard it be mentioned that it's a Metroidvania. So my only experience, well, actually I have 2 experiences now, thanks to the channel. My first and only experience prior was a game called Guacamelee, but last year? I don't even remember. This year? I don't remember. But not too long ago, I played Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And that's when I started to kind of like, oh yeah, you know, this is the game that everybody, you know, refers to as one of their favorites and everything. And I was so happy that like that one part didn't get spoiled. And yeah, it was just a great time. I loved playing Symphony of the Night. So I heard that this is somewhat similar, that I can kind of expect. But of course, it's like its own thing and all that, and it's its own game with different mechanics. I'm excited. I can't remember the last time I played like an aesthetic-based game. I know it's kind of a broad term. For example, the first thing that comes to mind is both Limbo and Inside. Maybe I've played a game since that? But when I played those two, which was, I don't even know. I want to say 2016. I have no clue. It was a while ago that I played those two. But those are the last 2 examples where I think of like a kind of stylized, specific game. I'm sure I've played some in the meantime. I just can't think of them right now. Maybe Hades. But either way, when I think of Hollow Knight, what I've seen of Hollow Knight, it looks very much like, you know, dark colors, like a low palette of colors, a lot of darkness, but also seems to have this kind of cartoony feel. And I'm sure that when I play it, like the graphics obviously is really gonna pop, because I've only seen footage. And well, not even. I want to say I've only seen like 30 seconds of Hollow Knight. So pretty much the whole game is going to be pretty new to me, and I'm excited for that. And I was even warned, which is funny to me because me of all people, I was warned like how much the backseating is in this game, which doesn't faze me at all because I typically don't even look at chat when I'm playing games. But I'm just letting you know now, like if you're one of those backseaters, there's no point because one, no one cares. Two, I wouldn't even be seeing it. So I'm excited for this, but I think what I'm really excited about is just how much of the songs I have not heard. I have only heard, I don't know the exact number, but if I had to guess with these two, I think I've heard about 10 songs or less from Hollow Knight, somewhere around there. And that's in the span of 3 years. So the whole game and soundtrack is still pretty much new to me. And that's why I'm so adamant about like not knowing too many things and all that. So yeah, I'm excited. And also I know a lot of people really love this game. Anyways, the song. Yeah. The only thing I really thought of, I couldn't think of a specific setting because a lot of the settings I get for Hollow Knight music, the feeling I get is the same for a lot of them. Just darkness and, black and dreary looking areas. So I can't specify like, a spring or a flat land or spikes or something. It's just all kind of seems the same to me. But we'll find out soon. This next one I'm pretty excited on. Also the name, Sanctum. That sounds intriguing. That sounds very intriguing. This comes as a surprise to me. Because I've always heard Silksong as a meme. Like, oh, Silksong is coming out. But it was always followed by kind of like sarcasm. But today I learned that this is an actual game in development. And honestly, it's kind of exciting to hear something that's considered a sample. I'm a musician. Very rarely have I like distributed a sample or demo of something. So it's going to be exciting to hear like the changes that will occur. Because there's a humongous chance this will not sound the same when it comes out. Things change. When was this uploaded? 4 years ago. Yeah, dude. There is a huge chance. Oh my god, this has 6 million views. People really want Silksong. There's a huge chance the song I hear right now will not be the same. And that's kind of exciting. We get to hear a teaser, if you will. Except I'm 4 years late. What's new? This is Lace from Silksong. Technically a debut on this channel, and the only request I have for it. So, intro and a finale. This is Lace. Yeah, the violin is such a big deal in this game. I wonder if it's just a sole violinist, or is there a couple? I think I hear a cello back there? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, no percussion. Just the oomph from the strings. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Dude. They're kind of popping off right now. I love the violin, so that's one of the main reasons I wanted to kind of dive into the game, is because of the heavy amounts of violin. And all the whole families of the viola as well. This is a sample. A sample. Right here sounds very villainous. Oh. Wow. You know, there's a pattern that I've noticed. I think a lot of people know, but in case you didn't know, my favorite instruments are the saxophone, the piano, the guitar, the bass, flutes, but also the violin. And if anyone's really paid attention to the games I've chosen, a lot of them feature like heavy violin. Xenoblade Chronicles first got my attention because of the violin. And then Octopath Traveler is a game I'm playing soon. Violin. And I can't even think of what else at the moment, but I'm sure it's something. It's just a cool instrument, right? It's always had this standout feel to me. The performer is typically standing, so it's got this very look to them, very posh, hanging on their shoulder, and it's all about the dynamics, how hard they're doing the bow. It almost looks like, to me, the violin, it looks and sounds like, to me, like it's so tense because it always feels like the string's gonna snap at any moment because of just how much. I'm guessing those strings are durable, and I don't know exactly, but I think the bow might be made out of something relating to horsehair. I don't know if that's a rumor or if I just made that up, but I feel like I've heard that somewhere. But just if you ever see like a true just violin is just going at it, it looks like at any moment it's just gonna snap, and it has this kind of tension to it whenever I hear violin. Like, oh, it's about to happen. So that, combined with the multiple sounds and ranges that they have, the whole viola family, and I don't know if the cello is considered in that family as well, but I like to consider it as well. I think it was in here doing like the low notes, the little doom, 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 doom. It kind of acts sort of in this song as a bass / percussion in a way, because of how, it has such a sound to it that it almost snaps. Very cool, and you can tell it's, what I like about those instruments is, obviously, most of the time you hear them, they're acoustic instruments, are just mic'd up. So someone's just performing. There's no, I'm sure now I know now there's electric violins and stuff you can plug in, but for the most part, you can always hear that live take. And I think that's what makes it sound so cool. Anyway, I don't know much about Christopher Larkin, but that's now. I say that now because I know myself. Once I beat this game and, get involved and immersed in the world, afterwards, I always look up stuff. I don't know if anyone else does that, but after the game's completion, I'll look up like behind the scenes stuff and performances and documentaries if there exist, or reviews, not reviews, but like people's different experiences. I like to even sometimes hear bad reviews, just to kind of get everyone's perspective on it. So for now, I don't know anything about Christopher Larkin, but I can't wait to later find out, how much their involvement was. Are they a performer themselves? But it has such a cool, unique sound. And honestly, I put it into one of these higher tier soundtracks, because to me, there's stuff I really like. There's stuff that I would really, really, really like and just won't play because although the soundtracks may be good, let's take Persona, for example, there still has to be many other factors. Like I still want to have to play it. And I consider Hollow Knight to be one of those where it's always seemed to have kind of checked off all the marks that makes me interested in not only video game music, but just kind of playing something. You know, this looks like a fun time. And despite, I guess, backseaters or whatever, that's not going to faze me because I just turn a blind eye to it. But I'm excited. And knowing me, if you've ever seen me play a game, I typically like to do everything and do all the extras and all that. Although for the playthrough, I will say that I think the playthrough portion of it is mostly going to be focused on just kind of the game. I'm not sure at the moment. I won't know until I play it. I kind of just want to focus on like just progressing through it and then having all the extra stuff and side stuff like later on in side streams or something. But who knows? It's too early to say. That's just what's going through my head right now. Lace from Silksong. Well, now I want Silksong to come out. But actually maybe not because I have to finish the first game. It's nice to know that this game actually exists. I had no idea. That's pretty funny. That was Sanctum and Lace from two different games, but pretty much the same family of developers. Thank you very much, Xanudo and Casey. And again, if you want to see that playthrough, it'll be there. I'll also be live streaming it at Hey Uncle Jesse. And the VOD page will have like the schedule and all that. I don't have that yet, but I'll see you all there. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. I will see you all later. Thanks to all my patrons here. I couldn't be here without them. Peace.